Hi folks, with Tacitus today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this audio no pictures live stream. Please listen to this essay as you would a radio broadcast as you drive along in your car, your truck, or put in those earbuds and sit back and take it all in on public transport. In this essay, I'd like to talk about lawfare and the practice of law, administration of law that's been perverted by ideological social justice, restorative justice, woke justice, this sort of thing. Now, we're talking about a shakedown, and I'll cover a few shakedown situations here. Both of these, or three of them, are in the area of divorce law and the wider issues around that. So, now, divorce law has been from day one just shot through with ideological fanatics. You know, the amount of angry lesbians and so on, gender studies and people that just flock to this area of law is you struggle to find anyone in this area of law who is not tarred with this sort of brush. But anyway, let's have a look. Here's a guy. He's got quite a successful. I think it's an electronics sort of business, and he's doing okay. He gets divorced. He's got three children. The wife decides to leave him. He's working too hard. He's not giving her enough attention. Now that should be in itself. She's happy to take his money and spend it, and go to the hairdresser 3 times a week, all this sort of stuff. But he's not giving her enough attention. She's going to leave him. Now, you could argue, well, should that be a reason to actually tear up the marriage contract? Well, no, but that's a separate conversation there. But confident that the law says that she can get the house and the children and the car and the furniture and alimony and child support, confident that all that's going to happen, she can walk out the door. Now, at her own admission, this woman, if she didn't have all those boxes ticked, there's no way she'd consider leaving him. It's only because she can walk away with fistfuls of cash that she does it. But she's got a pretty expensive sort of lifestyle, and so she wants she's already got the free house and everything, and she wants more money. So she goes back to the divorce industry people, again shot through with angry lesbian feminists of we'll make him pay, the damn straight white fucking fascist Nazi. So they're into the social power, restorative justice. Men have been oppressing women for thousands of years, and he has to pay, and all this sort of madness that no one stops. So there's no oversight on these sort of people. They're hired specifically because this is how they will behave. And again, there's no oversight. There's no stop being stupid, stop being silly. There's none of that going on. And if one radical ideological fanatic leaves, they'll just hire another one, and so on it goes. So they decide that they're going to put the squeeze on this guy because they want him to increase the amount of alimony. Now the argument is, well, he's doing all right. I mean, and the argument they're putting forward is that at when the children have all finished, school or college, whatever, that the wealth and prospects of both of the parties should be exactly the same. Equity. It should be an equity outcome. Now, the fact that she hasn't worked over any of this time and he has nothing to do with it. Equity must exist, and any outcome that doesn't represent, as they would see it, absolute equity is it's all Nazi and Hitler and So anyway, she's spending money a lot. They don't tell her, look, shouldn't you restrain your spending? No. He has to pay more because he's doing all right. Now, he's a super conscientious, hardworking guy, got a very successful business that he busts his ass at, and has put work. Reasonably bright guy. And so anyway, they come after him for more money. He's already paying quite a lot. And all does some out of pocket stuff as well that he doesn't really have to. So they come at him for more and want a decent addition to the alimony side of it. And he objects to this and responds with, well, why doesn't she just sort of control her spending and then the problem will go away? No, you evil fucking fascist Nazi straight white male on a high income, you have to pay more. That's the solution to this. So in order to to bring him to heel, to show him who's boss, to put him in his fucking place, that Nazi, she just says, well, he may be abusing the children. So that's it. Bang, he can't see the children. So they deliberately cut off access to the children. They say, no, you can't see your children until you pay the extra. Suddenly he's not an abuser anymore as soon as he coughs up the extra cash. And, look at the way they're dealing with Trump. He's committed all these terrible crimes, supposedly. But if he drops out of the presidential race, then we'll stop all the litigation against you. But if you stay in it, then we're going to invent all these crimes. So it's the same here, on a different scale, of course. But it's the same here with this guy. He won't pay the extra they're shaking him down for, that they've got no right to demand, by the way. Under law, he's paying everything he's supposed to. They just want more. And again, men have been oppressing women for centuries. You must pay more. So he gets, so they cut him off. They falsely accuse him of they don't accuse, it's an inferred thing. Well, maybe he could be abusing the children. We just don't know. But because we're not sure, we have to stop all contact because that's the only way to protect the children from the evil straight white Nazi man. Now, it's all a fabrication, of course. There's no... And again, as soon as he pays the money, they'll say, oh, it was just a mistake. Everything will be fine. And he'll see the children again. But he takes exception to this, as any reasonable person should. He knows that they're shaking him down for more money. And he's no, I'm not going to respond to that. No, I'm not accepting this sort of intimidation, this lawfare, this arbitrary invocation of bullshit fucking legal protocols. So he won't even do it. So they decide, okay, well, fuck you. Not only you're not going to see the children, we're going to drag you through the courts and make you pay, motherfucker. And they try and come at him and say, look, the legal costs that we're going to put you through will be more than the amount we're asking for. So why don't you get sensible and just pay up what we want? Respond, do what we want in the shakedown, and then fine. We won't drag you in the court. And you'll see your kids again. Everything will be sweet. No, he's not having it. So they try and drag him to court, and he just closes down the company, just closes it down and opens up another one. And then they should go after that. Then he opens up the next one. Then they go after that. And then they give up. They say, no, it's too hard. Then they go back to the woman, and because someone's not prepared to sign off on any more legal expenditures to go chasing after this guy, especially as it's only a shakedown. That's all it is. So they go to the woman and say, look, the ex-wife, and say, look, we're not going to pursue this anymore. So you'll just have to forget about it. He's determined to make a fight of it. And, most men don't do this. Most men roll over and do what you want, but he's not. So, you'll have to somehow find a way of making peace with him and, trying to patch things up. And the kids haven't responded well to this. They've got very upset not seeing their father. We only thought it would go for a week or two and he'd cave, but he didn't. And so, but any problems are all his fault anyway, and so on. So they've, some very distressed, upset children, months, probably over a year, I guess, more than 18 months or so of drama. And they didn't get what they want. And they finally had to climb down. But the damage that's been done, they've turned him into a very angry and non-cooperative guy. Understandably, the harassment he had to suffer and the outrageous false accusations of child abuse, that the children are super stressed, the relationship that the children have, even the effect on the children. This would be a psychological scar that I imagine would last for the rest of their lives. Nothing has been achieved here. And it's all been because radical ideologues were allowed to subvert and pervert the law just to shake down a guy for ideological reasons. Nothing to do with anything, just ideological. So there's another one that's got an even worse sort of story here. It's a guy got divorced, a couple of kids, and so it's the same sort of thing, a shakedown, and he's very close to the son, and so they decide that they want to shake him down for money. So they'll accuse him. They directly accuse him of being a child abuser. Where did these abuses occur? They don't know. When did they occur? Don't know. What were these abuses? They don't know. So it's a complete fabrication. But they can just allege it, just just create this sort of lingering doubt that maybe he could be possibly a child abuser. We just don't know. But what we have to do is we have to control this man. This straight white male must be controlled. So we have to say you can't see the children. And by the way, if you go anywhere near them, we'll throw you the motherfucker into prison. So this now the guy's committed no crime. There's no proof, no evidence of anything. But they nonetheless can do this this injunction, I suppose you'd call it. So, and again, it's a shakedown for money. This is the same as the other guy. He refuses to pay and decides to fight them through the courts. So it goes on for a while. Now, during this time, the stress and the strain of it all, and the financial effect, everybody's suffering here. So, given the stresses, the strains, the drama, and from all understanding, certainly as I understand at least, that the son's quite a sensitive sort of kid, he decides to take his own life, or ends up taking his own life. He hasn't seen his father for a couple of years. While the legal shenanigans go on, they're determined, because he's the father's a high income earner, they're determined they're going to, the divorce industry people are going to fight to the death on this one. And, no amount of money will be spared. So it ends up that the son takes his own life, and the woman and the ex-wife and the ex-husband, they're obviously on just not on speaking terms anymore. And the money that's being wasted, his career's been ruined given the length of time and the legal struggle and the duration of it. So massive losses all around. You could not script a scenario that was less, that would depict a less favorable outcome than this. But it's the sort of thing that why doesn't somebody with oversight say, why are you going after this guy? Just to shake him down because he's a straight white male? I mean, some ideological perverse insanity that men have been oppressing women for centuries. What? You're going after the guy for that? You're falsely accusing him of being a child abuser. You're using the law as a weapon against someone just for purely ideological reasons because he's straight white male. You're kidding. I mean, you're out of a job. You don't have a fucking job if that's what you do. But no, it's quite the opposite. These people don't get prosecuted. So, a young boy's dead, and these people just walk away without any responsibility. They just can do the same thing again the next day. They're not dragged into it. They're not put in prison. They're not fined or saying you can no longer work in this industry. Nothing of the sort. They're ideological warriors. They're vaunted as fighters against evil fascism. This is insane. But yet this is what's going on all around us. And in various areas of law. But when I saw this one, I thought, what a fucking tragedy. And this sort of thing is being signed off on. Unbelievable. You've been fantastic today, your Pushback channel, and thank you for listening.